Hey guys, welcome back to Mindset Thursday. All right, well today we wanted to talk a little bit about perfectionism. So I'm going to toss it over to Coach Joe and then I'm going to ask some questions.
Yeah. All right, guys, so this is a piece that I think everybody struggles with a little bit, but this sense of it never being good enough,
Right.
nothing ever being just the way you want it to be,
Yeah.
and then it affecting your ability to continue moving forward.
Sure.
That's kind of where I want to lead it today. So think about this. Let's start where we are in the gym, right? People can be like, especially now with social media, I think it's gotten even worse. They can be like, oh my gosh, I got my first muscle up today. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't the world's best looking muscle up. Maybe they chicken winged a little bit to get over the bar or the rings.
Yep.
But you know what? Like, that's a huge PR. It's a huge step in the right direction for you. So that should be something you should be very, very proud of.
Right.
But then you get on Instagram and you go, wow, like I got my muscle up, and you're scrolling through your feed and then you see like a games athlete like just cranking out like 15 muscle ups, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, mine don't look like that and I didn't do that much. Mine's not perfect. And you get discouraged and you stop working on it, right? So that's one. Or thinking about it even outside of the gym, let's say at work, right? You get a big assignment from your team and it's like, hey, make this presentation, we're gonna give this pitch in a week, and you go to do like a check-in on it a few days in, you're pretty happy with what you got, and the feedback is, hey, like this is good, but like we can improve it here and here and here. And instead of being like, great, that's a chance for me to get better and improve, you're like, oh, I just want it to be perfect, and it's not perfect, I'm not happy with it. And it kind of, it just stops your progress, right? It puts this upper cap on you, if you will.
Do you think that sometimes that, in terms of looking at that I hear two different things with it, but it's still the same thing in terms of like, that's one is feedback. So from like your peers or professional, meaning that your boss, you might not take feedback well.
Yeah.
But social media, that could be a way of it looking at it as like, well, that's feedback to me because like I don't look like that. So what are some ways that people can, how can you get over that hump?
Yeah, it's a really good question. The way that I like to go about it is to recognize, look back on yourself in prior times, right? So maybe
It's a great way to do it.
You didn't have your presentation isn't perfect for the client or the prospect that you're going to go pitch to yet. But you know what? Maybe 6 months ago you wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Right? You would have been like on slide 1 looking at it like, I don't even know what information to put in here. I don't know where to go find it. I don't know how to help myself get the answers here. Or maybe in the gym it's like, hello, you just got your first muscle up, and a day ago you couldn't do anything with that. You couldn't get yourself over that, and or maybe it's, hey, it's the first time I did double unders in the workout and I did 5 at a time and it wasn't perfect. But you know what? Like a month ago I couldn't do that, or I couldn't even do singles 6 months ago. So looking back and saying like, wow, I've really come a long way. And if I keep working hard, who knows how far I can get.
Sure. So do you think that, especially, leading to that perfectionism, so do goals play any part in this, or is it more just like the way you look at yourself?
I think that goals can help you a lot, especially if you look at it as a process along that path to getting to your goal. We talk about this a lot, guys, having process goals versus endpoint goals, and that's a different conversation entirely, but goals can be helpful in this if you say to yourself, like, my goal is eventually to get 10 muscle ups in a row, and so one of the steps along the way is getting 1 muscle up, right? So then you can say, all right, well, I got my 1, and you know what, now I can get better at that, and then I can get 2, and now I can go and I can get 3, and now I can maybe do 3 sets of 3, and like, whatever your process becomes. So that's one way to help you see it as a step in the right direction. Right. But I think more than anything, it's that mindset shift of getting past the need to be the best at something immediately, and to be perfect all the time. Like, recognize that everybody is a beginner at some point, or everybody is always kind of improving. At the moment that you stop improving, I think things get a little bit boring. When you have nothing else left to work on, I think it gets a little bit boring.
Yeah, and there's always something to work on.
Always something to work on. That's what I love about this, what we do. Like, there's always a new component that's like, I can do that better. I can find somebody better than that at me. I can get heavier on that lift. Maybe I can move better on that lift, right? Maybe I can learn that lift. Yeah.
Well, good. So kind of check yourself, if you will, on that in terms of that perfectionism. So try not to put yourself, maybe it's the cart before the horse, like I'm looking at it the way to look at it. So, but take the step back and look at where you've come from. I think that's the big takeaway from this is, where have you come from and where are you now? But yes, you can always make something a little bit better. That drawing can make it, the picture can always be a little bit more clear, so with more color with it. So with that, that wraps up our Mindset Thursday. Good topic today.
Thanks.
And we will come to you next week with another topic on Mindset Thursday. If you have something you would like for us to answer or want us to talk about, put it in the comment section below the video. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.